Welcome back, friends. Today we will talk about Google Forms. So first of all, let us look at some of the important uses of the Google Form. You can use Google Forms for online surveys, for registration of events and trainings. You can also use Google Forms during hiring and procurement process. You can also embed Google Forms into your website so that users coming to your website can access the Google Form and can submit the responses from there. Another important use of the Google Forms is that you can create the Google Forms and you can start receiving orders if you are selling through Facebook or WhatsApp. It is very easy to create the form and then link it up with your shop on the Facebook, or you can disseminate it through the WhatsApp so that your customer can access it and can place the orders. After that, when responses will start coming, you can have number of options to look at those responses. We will look at those options as well. And finally, you can download data in Excel and use it as you want. So without any delay, let's get started. Open your browser and log on to your Google Form. I have already logged on to my Google account, and after that go to forms.google.com. I have already opened the page which you can see over here. This is the home page of the Google Forms. From here we can see there are number of forms which have already been created by Google. You can go through these forms just to get an idea that how forms are looking, and then you can start creating your own form. To create a new form, click on this plus sign. When you will click on this plus sign, a new window will open. First of all, you have to give a name to your form. I will click over here and I will give a name. I am just giving it a random name, form 1. So underneath you can give description of the form. This is our test form, and then we can start creating the questions. Over here I can have my first question, and on the right side I can select what type of information I am expecting in this question. If I click on this arrow, I have number of options. We can have short answer, we can have paragraph. If we are expecting a more text, we will select this option. If we have a question in which we have some choices and we want user to select only one choice out of those, we will go for this multiple choice. And then we have checkboxes. In this option we can have a question where we have multiple choices from where user can select one or more options. And then we have the drop down option, and then we have a file upload. We can enable this option if we want users to upload any file. When user will upload the file, this file will come to your OneDrive. Then we have a linear scale, we have multiple choice grid, we have tick box grid, and date and time. I will go through some of the options, but you can try all of these, and most of the options will be used during creation of your form. On the right side we have a panel. From here we can create a new question, and second option is that we can import questions. This option is that we can add title and description in between. This option allows us to add images. This option allows us to add video, and this option, the last one, allows us to create sections of our forms. This is quite interesting and important. So it is always recommended that when you are creating your forms, try to split it into different sections, and sections should not be more than 4 to 5. So let us start creating some of the questions. The first question I will create randomly, what is your name? So in this question we are expecting name of the respondent. So from here we can select the option of short answer, and that's it. Here we can have a few options. This option allows us to duplicate this question. If I click on this, so it will create another question of similar type, and we can modify this text to create our next question. So this option we can use if we are creating a similar questions within this section. So it saves your time by going through all of these options. So you just click on the duplicate and modify the text, and that's it. Second option is that you can delete the current question, and the third option is the option to mark that this answer is required. So if I click here, now there will be a asterisk when I will go to the next question. That means that respondent has to answer this question. For now I am deleting this question. So this was our first question, what is your name? Let's create the second question from this option. So second question could be, what is your education? So for this we can have multiple choice or we can have short answer, both can work, but let's go for the multiple choice. Multiple choice so that user can select only one choice out of our 2-3 options. So we have to provide our first option. It could be bachelor degree. The second option could be master degree. Third option could be PhD. And again we will mark this as a required. You will notice that from here you can delete the options by just clicking on these cross signs, and secondly you can also add images in front of these options. Now let's add another question. In this question we can ask, what are your key skills? So there could be multiple skills, either it could be a paragraph or it could be check boxes. If we specifically want to ask skills, we can select this option. So first skill could be Excel, could be Word, PowerPoint, and third could be Photoshop. Now we have similar options over here as well. We will mark this as a required as well. So from here user can select one or more options. Now let's create another section. Click on this, add section. Now you will see that this is section 1 of 2. If I scroll down, it says section 2 of 2. So the section 2 we can name it section 2, whatever the name is. I'm just giving the random names, and description of section 2, whatever it is, and then we will start creating the questions. Create a question over here. So first question could be, what is your occupation? For this question we can select again the short answer, and let's add another question. Describe your experience. In response to this question you can see that Google has detected that this should be paragraph, so that's fine. This will enable users to add some text over here. We can mark it as required. So now our form is pretty much okay to see some of other features. So let's stop here, and this is our form. For example, we have created our form like that, and after that what we can do is we can go up here. We have 3 options. Let's go through these options one by one. The first is customize theme. If I click on this, from here I can change color. You see the new color has been applied. I can go back to this color, can select any other color, maybe this color, and can also change the background color, this, or maybe a lighter one. Or from here you can adjust the theme of your form, and you can have header as well. If I click on the choose an image, currently we don't have the header, but we can select any header from here. So these are some of the categories you can go through, or you can upload from your computer, or you can select from your already uploaded photos. So from theme we can select any theme from here. Let's select this one and click insert. So you will see that as a header this has been inserted over here. Now the theme has been adjusted according to this header. We can change the color if we want. If we want to have some darker color over here, so that's fine. If we want to remove the image header, we can do so from here. And then you can also change the font. Currently the basic font is applied, which is fine. Now let's close this theme options, and the second option is to see the preview. If I click on this, now I can see the form, how it will look like when it will go to our audience. And from here we can fill the form, ABC, whatever the name is, then the education, we can select the skills and click on next to go to the next section. Over here there's a section 2. From here we can select the short answer for occupation, and then we can type any text over here, and then we will just click on submit to submit the form. One thing I wanted to mention, that the changes you make in your form are automatically saved. You don't have to click on anywhere to save it. You just keep making changes and Google will save it automatically. So now the third option is that we have some settings for the form. If I click on this, I will have some options over here in the General tab, Presentation tab, and then Quizzes. In the General tab, the first option is that we can collect the email addresses. So if we click on that, so we will collect the email addresses of our audiences when they will log in, and they will fill the form, and their email addresses will be entered with the forms. If we want, we can check this option. And this is important, that it says that requires sign in. If you click on this option, so now respondents will be required to sign into their Google accounts. So if you don't click on that, they don't need to sign into Google account to respond to your forms. So generally people prefer not to check this option, so that anyone can access the form and can submit their responses. And there are other options. Respondents can edit after submit. If you allow your respondent to edit the response once they will submit it, you check this option, and then see summary charts and text responses. If you allow your users to see these, you can check this over here. And then we have the presentation. The first option is that we can have the show progress bar. So we can display a progress bar, and your respondent will start filling the form, and they will have the progress bar that they have completed 30%, 40%, 60%, and so on. So if you want that, you can click on this option. If you want the questions to be shuffled, you can check this option. Show link to submit another response. If only one response is required, you can just uncheck this option, and over here you can write some text like, we have received your form, thank you for your time. That's it. And then click on save. And the last option is this quizzes. So if you are going to design any quizzes, you can check these options. You can go through these options, and then finally click on save. So we are pretty much done with everything now. So finally you need to send the form to your respondents. For that you will click on this send button, and we have couple of options over here. We can see that collect email addresses. From here we can also check this option. You can email this form. You can type the email addresses over here. You can copy paste the email addresses over here, and you can type the subject and the message, and then include the form in your email. And after that you can also add some collaborators. So one option is that you email the information like that. The second is that you create a link, copy this link, and you can send through email to your respondent. You can disseminate this link to your respondent. And importantly, you can shorten the URL by clicking over here, and now your URL has been shortened. Now let us submit some dummy responses. Respondent 1 could be any name, could be any degree, it could be any skills. Click next to go to the next section and fill this information. fill this and then submit it. You see your response has been recorded. Submit another response. Okay, alright, so we have submitted 2 responses. Now go back to the original form, and over here we can see the responses. There are 2 responses now. If we click on this option, here we can see summary of our responses. We can look at various questions and their responses, and then we can look at various individuals and their responses against each question. We can download these responses in Excel. If I click on the spreadsheet button, it says create a new spreadsheet, which is fine. I am clicking on create. So after that it will open the responses in Google Sheets. You see we have timestamp over here, the date and time, then there are responses against our questions, and that is how the responses will be saved in the Excel file. Let's go back to our original form, and this option is very important, that accepting responses. Currently we are accepting the responses, but if you want to make any changes in the form, you can temporarily click on this option to stop accepting the responses and then make necessary changes, and after that come here and click on this option to again start accepting the information. I hope you find this video useful. If you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.